Steve here from Advanced Global MSP Coaching, and today is a very exciting day. I have been kind of waiting for this day since DattoCon 2023 when they promised us a total contract refresh. Well, we didn't get a total contract refresh, but they did start rolling out a piece of a contract, a new UI that they're calling Umbrella Contracts. And don't get too excited, just relax. It's going to take them 5 or 6 releases in order to roll out Umbrella Contracts. But the first of those 6 releases are here. At one point, they promised they'd be here by the end of October. And quite frankly, at midnight last night, I finally got Umbrella Contracts. So let's jump in and let's just take a look at what they're doing. And we have more information in our Gladiator community on what they're doing. So if you have any questions, just give us a shout. So I'm going to do a contract search. And if under new, and as near as I can tell by the release notes, this was released globally last night, pretty close to midnight East Coast time. But based on the release notes, which I have under another content discussion video, so email info@AGMSP Coaching if you would like to see my rant or my release notes comments. I also have a rant on Umbrella Contract. I have other information coming out about this. But you can see all the things that we used to use are still here. As a matter of fact, Umbrella Contract is not replacing any of these contract types. In a matter of fact, what it is it's a new UI on top of all these contract types. And you'll see, I'll show you in a moment. You take these fundamental contract types that haven't changed at all, and you kind of roll them up into a new UI. The benefit of that, of course, is on your invoice, single line item for multiple contracts. That's the benefit. But wait, it gets better than that. There are other benefits, so hang with me. So this is my first look at Umbrella Contracts. This is brand new today, and I'm excited, if you can't tell. So this is what Umbrella Contracts look like. This, when you click on it, this is where you go. Here's account info, contact info, active contracts. That there. So SBuzzy demo is our demo environment. Not sure why it picked that off the top, but I'm going to go with it. So it looks gray to me. We'll click on it. There we go. All right. So now you can see on the account manager, you can see some information. Here are all the active contracts that we have. This is our template environment. This is all the 0. Why knowing all the other contracts is important is because, remember, this is a new UI, and you'll see in a moment all we're going to be doing is taking contracts, either creating a new contract or an existing contract, and rolling it under this new UI. It's an umbrella so that on the invoice it's a single line item, but in the database, these are all individual contracts. So that's where we're going. I'll get you there in a moment. So contact, let me put me in here somewhere. I think that me is inactive. Nope, it says I'm there. Okay, so I'm still active. Contract name, let's do first, brand new Umbrella demo contract. Okay, there we go. Start date 12/1/25. You know, for all my templates, I always put the start date back here at the beginning. Up, whoop, 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 whoop. We changed months last night. So here we go. I'm going to put today's date in. It's in European timestamp. No, it's not. It's in U.S. timestamp. I'm so used to working with Europe today. And you'll notice it automatically puts it a year out. Thank you, Autotask. Thank you. Their default is 1 year. There are several different ways we can set this up. You could do 3 year, you could do up to 4 year. I think in this drop down menu, let me show this to you real quick. Oh, you can click on the year. That's what it is. You can go to any month or any year. So now I can pick any year and it'll still be November 30th. But as you can see, I can go out 4 years just in the drop of a bucket. I can go back a few years. That's interesting. That'll make somebody's head spin and alarms go off and error messages. So I want this to be a 1 year. I can pick the November and then, oh no, I wanted October. Silly me. What are you thinking, Steve? And then pick October. There we go. So that's some nifty. Like I said, this thing is loaded with new tools. You're like, Steve, this is your first video. Where did you say that? I have other videos, okay? Let's look and see what additional details are. I have no idea. They didn't show this in the webinar. I have a link to the webinar. So if you don't have an access to Kaseya's webinar, let me know. It is active. It's not my default service desk contract. Description, umbrella contracts were just released late last evening, and this is my first walkthrough. Now, a lot of times I rehearse my walkthroughs before I do them, but not with this one. I was so excited, I just turned the video on and here we go. Category. Categories are very important. Every contract should have a category. I'm going to say this is, hey, let's go right up to the top. Let's go to Platinum, Managed Service Platinum. I don't have an opportunity with this contract. This is like fresh right out of the gate. I didn't even have time to create an opportunity. There's no purchase order. Enable overage billing. I'm going to leave that on, but this is, well, I'm going to leave it on and we'll explain a little bit later. Time recording, yes, everywhere. This is an advanced global recommended. You require stop time everywhere. Every time a client has come to me and said, I don't believe in the bill, once I start showing them start stop times and I show them summary notes, boom, end of conversation. And it only happens once or twice. After that, they quit bugging me. Wow, we said this is a platinum agreement. We got to go with the platinum SLA. Very, very important that every one of your clients has a default service desk contract. Every contract has a category, and every contract has an SLA. Category and SLA has nothing to do with invoicing. It has to do with automation over on the service delivery side, especially the default service desk contract. It all has to do with service delivery automation, nothing to do with invoice. Rayanne, if you disagree with me, give me a shout. So billing and financials, manually post. We always recommend that. I wish for recurring services, they're the same every month. So I wish we could set up recurring services to immediately invoice without review, but everything else should be line of post. We do not recommend using line of business. If you have different profit centers and you have to separate your invoicing, billing is at the contract level, not the client level. So it's only used for profit centers. If you need that, we're happy to help you set it up, but it's very difficult. I don't recommend it. Billing account, it's going to be Buyze demo. This is if you have a parent account and you're not billing the subsidy, you're billing the parent. Billing account notification contract, same as billing account. That's interesting. Estimated revenue, you don't know me well, but I'm always looking for my first $1 million sale. Was that enough zeros? I don't know. Estimated cost, how much how much does hot air really cost? Think about it for a second. So I don't know, it's $1 million, so we should go with 250,000 at least, in my opinion. You know what? I think that needs another $1 million. No, it doesn't. That's 100 million. Oh man, Steve, you're killing it here. Estimated hours. Let's put 120 in. There we go. So there you go. Now we're ready. We're going to save this just like creating a contract from scratch. But wait, it gets better. All these things. And that's a difference in this push out. Things are in different places. You haven't seen a field yet that's new to you. You did see a new tool. You do see a left-hand panel that is awesome. A right-hand panel that is awesome. You saw some new tools. Those are awesome. But you have not seen a new field. The SQL database underneath has not changed at all. And that's what they were promising us back in Dado 2023. But this is 2025. They promised that at Dado 2025, this would be all out, completely out by the end of the month. And all we got at midnight on the last day of the month was the first tip in the iceberg. So the first thing to notice is this new thing, arrangements. This is new. This is a totally new concept in umbrella contracts. And you'll see I have two types of contracts in here, recurring service, and they call this labor roll rates. This is a T&M contract. Don't let them fool you with naming conventions. This is a T&M contract. Notice over here that I have an inline editor. So if I want to change the account, I just click on this, and now I'm in the account. That was a URL. That wasn't an inline editor. They told me this would be an inline editor. And I'll show you the Kaseya. Maybe I haven't saved this yet. Maybe I have to save this. But all of these fields become inline editors. I don't have to go into the contract to actually make changes. I can do it right here in this right nav. This is a new inline editor. That is awesome. What are the tools under here? Full edit, compliance, status. Okay, just some other tools. Again, no new phrases. Billing rules have been here all along. Contract history has been always here. Hard to find. Internal cost overrides. That might be new. I haven't seen that before, but somebody that's more experienced with finance said, Steve, that's been there since 2004. Where have you been? Living under a rock is where I've been. So compliance status, all of this stuff is not new. It's just in a different place. We used to have to go in a detail row to see it. So I'm showing data. This hasn't changed. I still show data. If I make changes that are going to start in December, we're not going to see it. Same button includes 0 unit items or not. We're including them today. You can take them out. You can build filters. So that's new, and I like that. Exclusions are the same. This is going to exclude it right outside of this umbrella contract. I'm looking for exclusions that move from recurring services over to T&M contracts, that you can build lateral exclusions rather than vertical exclusions. They say they're there, but I haven't found them yet. Everything else down here, activities, devices, tickets, this used to be in the left nav. It's not anymore. Now it's across the panel, and I can add notes and anything. I have never put a note in a contract. Somebody showed me the other day where notes in contracts have been automatically generated. Every time somebody makes a change, it automatically created a note. Neat, but I've never actually added a note. So let me add a note. This is my first umbrella contract. Am I excited or what? I'm going to be excited when they actually deliver all 6 releases. Because again, in this release, all we're getting is recurring services and labor roles. So there are no contracts under here right now. This is a recurring service contract, but there are no services under here. So let's see what we have for services. Again, this is just the same way it worked before. It just goes into our service portfolio, and I can pick something. Let me put project management training, period type. This is going to be huge. We invoice monthly. Adjustment method, prorated. Next full period on affected date. That's me. Start date. This is what's really huge. So I'm going to start this here. Our project management training is a 2-month training, periods. So I'm going to change this. I could change it in a lot of ways. I can type it 2. I could increment it and make it 3 or 4, or I could have taken 12 and just stepped it down to 2. So there's that. The projected end date now is 12/31. That's huge. Remember the projected end date, because that's absolutely huge. Wish there was a way we could just pick that. Number of units, 1. Boy, took that out of our service. My goodness. This just automatically populated. It always did, I guess, before too. Use a standard invoice, or I can create a unique invoice. Okay, so I'm just going to hit save. Now here's what I think is huge and unique, is because any service that you put into a contract is going to have this end date here. And this end date, the start and end date of the services within a contract do not have to follow the contract. So if I scroll over here, wow, okay. I'm not lost. I know what I'm doing. Just give me a second. Is it here? This is it. This is a column chooser. A little bit different icon than we're used to. Notice the start and end date were not showed because it's not important, right? Why do we need to know the start and end date? I don't need to know the invoice description. I don't care for descriptions. Could have internal. There are no devices in this service. Extended price, unit price, discount. Those are all important things, period, time. But, you know, I'm the type of guy that when I go in, I like to know the type. Vendor name is less important to me. So I'm going to move the vendor name down under external. But I'm going to move this end date. There we go. I don't think it's moving. No, I didn't think I had it. Let's try this again. All right. It moved, but where did it? Oh, I haven't dropped it yet. It's stuck. All right. There we go. So I have the type, project management training, start date, end date, period date. Okay. So here is what's huge about this. Now, when I scroll this way, you can see I have start and end date. They're telling us that this end date is going to be available in widgets, it's going to be available in workflow rules, and it's going to be available in live reports. So now this end date is the renewal date. This is a project management training for us. I guess I need to learn how to manage projects, right? But I can set up widgets so I can monitor my end dates. I can set up workflow rules to remind me 2 weeks before this end date that this is ending and that it needs to be renewed. I can pull live reports showing me all the services that are ending in December, so I can get out in front of them with proposals and roll dates. So I'm just going to jump over here. This is a new arrangement. So I need to click new, and now this is going to look just like I'm creating my first I know you're getting tired of my first uh, umbrella T and M. I'm going to call it a contract. They call it arrangements. Let's go the other way. We'll stay with arrangement. And I'm gonna put in the word contract because I'm never gonna remember what arrangement means. It means contract. There you go. It's a full year pulled in these dates. Thank you, Autotask. They used to do this, and then Kaseya pushed out an update, and the start end date, especially in the copy wizard, stopped being there. But they copied it in here. We can change a roll rate. So let's do consultant, and it's $250. But I like Advanced Global a lot. I'm going to charge them more. So there we go. So for this T&M contract, I've adjusted this rate to that. Again, looking for a way that in the recurring contract, I can, recurring arrangement, I can set up an exclusion that says, if it's consulting work, kick over to this labor rate, because this is gonna. Well, that begs a question then. Do I need to zero out my labor rates when they hit this? In my mind, this contract's covering my labor rates, but how do I get it consulting to kick over here? Maybe it happens automatically in the background. We're going to have to play with this and try it. So this is the beauty of it. So I have project management training, okay? So I'm going to add a new arrangement. Oh, okay. Now I'm picking what type of arrangement, what type of contract it is. So I'm going to make this. It's good. Hopefully ask me for a name. Okay, so this is where I think, oh no, it's asking me for a service. That isn't really what I want. I'll do antivirus just to get me through this. Period type is still monthly. So now this is huge because we haven't been able to mix. And when it comes to the PAX 8 integration, the PAX 8 integration still is not out. It's going to be interesting under the PAX 8 integration if we can mix monthly and quarterly and annual or yearly arrangements. I got stuck there. I kept wanting to say contract, but it's arrangements under here. So I'm going to make this quarterly. And it's the PAX 8 problem. It's not, and then I'm not going to start charging until next period. The start date is the same as the contract. Okay. And, because it's quarterly, it only went out and it's going to renew every 4 months now. That's interesting that they actually went there. So projected end date is October. Oh, there's 4 periods, 4 quarterly periods, puts me out a year. Still a year contract. That's the pricing from our price list, and I'm not going to change the description. So we're going to go with that. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. All that did was add a new service to this. I asked for a new arrangement, not a new service in, because I could have clicked here. This is not working how they said it would in the video. They said we would get multiple tabs. So what I was thinking and hoping, but apparently it doesn't work the way I was led to believe, is under this recurring services, we would have a whole list of your support services, and then another arrangement, another tab of recurring services where we put all the Microsoft arrangements, and then another one where we put all the other arrangements like AV. That's not what's happening here. They're just dumping all these services into the same recurring services. It hasn't given me a new arrangement. All it's done is given me a new service under the existing arrangement. What am I missing here? So this is what I was expecting, is a new arrangement name and coaching T&M arrangement. Parentheses contract. This is what I was expecting, and it has the same there. And then you have a note down here. You have to add at least one role in order to save the arrangement. So I'll add a role. There we go. And what did we say? Coaching. So we go to coaching, and it's 200. We're going to give a discount, to this client. This client's me. Now is it going to work the way I think it should work? It does not look like that. So under labor rates now, I just have two. Well, I'm lost here. This, we could have done this all along. That's the arrangement name. Under recurring services, though, I'm not getting an arrangement name. I'm getting service names, but I'm not getting an arrangement name. So anyway, this is only their first push out. Let's I think this has already been saved, but I don't have this inline editor that they were demonstrating. If I click here, it just takes me to our account. If I click there, it just takes me to me. The account manager's Autotask. That's good. That's good to know. That way, if anything breaks in this thing, they have to fix it. That'd be nice. And I can't get, contract in UDFs, we don't have any. But I was told this would be an inline editor, and I don't see that feature, or I don't know how to turn it on. So anyway, there you go. That's my first look at umbrella contracts. They work differently than I was expecting, as you can tell. Maybe if I go, it's this button that I wanted. The arrangement name, Microsoft. All that did is add it. This is a T&M, so I'm under this tab, discard changes. And over here, I just add a new service here. It says add a new arrangement, but all it's doing is adding a new roll rate. It's not giving me a new contract. So I got to step back. This is less impressive to me than I thought it was going to be. And again, the difference between monthly and quarterly, that's a PAX 8 problem. We've been able to add mixed services in the contracts. PAX 8 gives all these the same the same code, and then therefore when you change this one, it flips this one also in the contract. but that's a bug in the Pax8 integration. I don't see anything new here, and we've been able to do all this all along. So I'm a little mystified. Anyway, we'll see what the next releases do, and we'll see what happens when they start delivering on their promise. So have a great day. Thanks.